Hello, everybody. My name is Atri Banerjee, and I am the Junior Cybersecurity Analyst of Indian Cybersecurity Solutions. So, today our topic is the dark web explained what's really out there. Okay, so many of you have a question regarding the dark web. So, what is it? How it works? What are the types? We are going to work on that today. Okay, so let's start. Okay. The dark web is a segment of the internet that remains unindexed by conventional search engines, making it inaccessible through standard browsing methods. While frequently linked with illicit activities, it also hosts legitimate sites that provide essential services, information, and a platform for freedom of expression. Okay, so what this everything talks about? Let's start. So remains the unindexed by conventional search engines. So generally, our whatever websites or whatever web pages we load on the Google or some places that's get indexed. Okay, so if a person is searching for example, let our Indian cybersecurity solutions, so there is a similar domain named as Indian cybersecurity solutions. Okay, if people are more frequently searching for Indian cybersecurity solution of our domain of ours, then our one will be on the first index, and the other companies who have the same name will be in the second one. Okay, so what happens, they are being indexed. Okay, and that's how actually we get the thing. And it mainly happens for the names, like my name is Atri. So Atri, there are so many Atris, right? If a person is finding for Atri Banerjee me, then I will be on the first one. So that is how the indexing works. Okay. Okay, so over here it is indexed. It's not indexed over here, and it's inaccessible through standard browsing methods. So if I just go and just search for the dark web, I can't do it from the Google and all. Okay, I'm not able to do it. So it also hosts legitimate sites. Okay, now we have also thought of something that dark web means everything is illegal over there. No, that's not happens. There is some place, some things, some sites are still there who are legal and who only work for the freedom. Okay, it happens like many of places where news that we used to see, those are not taken as a freedom part. Okay, people are not given newspapers. They are not like, you shouldn't be knowing about the news which is working like happening in our country and states and all. So that's why some people, what they does, they use this dark web as a freedom site, and they think that all people should know about the news and all. So that's why I will be sharing the news and everything over there. So I will be showing everything over there. I will be showing everything on the hands-on purpose. You will be understanding how it works, what are the legal sites that are there. Obviously, legal sites are all there. We all know about it. But some legal sites are still there which works on the freedom part. Okay, so that their anonymity is stayed over there. So understanding the different layers of the internet, there are different layers. There are three layers. Okay, the first one is the surface web, public and accessible. So that is the service web which the we use in the daily basis, like the Chrome, like the Firefox used to use. That is a normal surface web where you used to work on, like tell me the about orange, about fruits, tell me about it in the Wikipedia. You just go and you just search for it. You get the information from there, right? Sorry. The surface web is a portion of the internet that is openly accessible to anyone using standard search engines. So it is accessible to anyone, anybody. Okay. And the standard search engines like the Firefox, like the Google Chrome that we used to use, compromising a vast majority of the internet's content. Obviously, you have the vast, you just search for any of the thing of orange, of a plant, of a medicine, of anything. You just think of and you just search for it, you will get it. Right, you're getting the content. So it includes websites like social media platforms, news sites, and e-commerce portals. Okay, these all are there. Then comes the deep web, which is just under the surface web. Okay, that's a deep web hidden content. Now, why are you telling about this is hidden and all? Let's come to it. The deep web constitutes the part of the internet not indexed by traditional search engines. It is not indexed. Okay, the first thing. Second, including databases. It includes what? Databases, private corporate sites, and medical records. Okay, it is significantly larger than the surface web, but is not inherently illegal or malicious. It is something which we call as private which is for me. I will give the login credentials, then only I will be able to see my data, which is stored in their sites, right? Whatever, like if I just say, if I just go, like I want to see a hospital's data, all the records of the uh, patient, I'm not able to see that, right? Because it is hidden. Okay, so this is this part, this hidden part, this privacy part, this part is called as the deep web. Okay, inside this, the people have to give their credentials, then only they will be able to see the details and all, like you all use the drives and all. Okay, these are like under falls under the deep web. They are hidden content, but they are not illegal part. Okay, now comes the dark web that requires special access, and this is where illegal people or illegal things happens. Okay, the dark web refers to a small segment of the deep web that requires special software. It requires some special software like the Tor browser that we are going to use today for access. While it is often linked to illegal sites, it also serves legitimate purpose, including privacy protection and free speech. Obviously, for the freedom I was talking about, for that free speech, as your anonymity, you're an anonymous person. You're not a person. My name is not shown over there. My IP address is not disclosed over there. That's why I can keep the anonymity and I can say whatever I want over there. Okay, if it is about the freedom, if it is about the freedom speech or whatever you're thinking about, you can do that over there. Okay, so that's why it keeps the free speech, and it also includes privacy protection. Tor browser, your gateway to anonymity. That what Tor browser actually does is a specialized web browser that allows users to access the dark web anonymously. It routers users' internet traffic through multiple servers, making their online activity difficult to trace. This ensures a higher level of privacy and security compared to regular browsers. So generally, in a regular browser, we just search for it, we get the result, right? But in the Tor, there are three steps, uh, three nodes that it passes, and then it goes. So that's why it takes time for Tor browser. If you're using Tor browser, it takes time. Okay, to get the results. Onion links accessing hidden content. Onion links are unique web addresses that end with the .onion extension, which can only be accessed through the Tor network. These links lead to websites that are hosted on the dark web, often containing content that is not available on the surface web. Okay, so some unique URLs having the dot extension onion is something which is actually very much hidden. It is not available on the surface web. What's inside the dark web marketplace, hacking forums, and leaked databases? So, what's inside? It's the marketplaces. Marketplace on the dark web facilitate the trade of illicit goods and services, ranging from drugs to counterfeits. These platforms often operate under pseudonymous identities and utilize cryptocurrencies for transaction, enhancing anonymity for buying and sellers. Okay, so this is kind of a place for buyers and sellers. They use cryptocurrencies over here and they do the transactions, all anonymity. Nobody knows their names and all. Okay, so it is a kind of a marketplace you can see. Then comes it's a kind of a hacking forums. Hacking forums on the dark web serve as platforms for cyber criminals to exchange techniques, tools, and information. These communities foster collaboration among individuals with malicious content, often discussing vulnerabilities and exploits. So, hacking forums, like you can actually meet some hackers over there. There may be some hackers, there may be people who are there to help you, there may be some people who are there to hack you. Okay, so it's not a trustworthy place, but yeah, for exploring, you can go and you can just explore that place. That is not something you shouldn't be doing. You can just do that. Okay. Leaked databases. So, leaked databases on the dark web often contain sensitive personal data such as credit card information, usernames, and passwords. These databases can be exploited for identity theft and fraud, highlighting the risk associated with data breaches. So, what happens? Like, we used to tell that our system gets hacked, or that is something we often do is a VAPT testing part. We always do that testing part. Okay, whenever there is a new app or any website, anything, they used to go for a testing part, right? That VAPT testing or something. So why is this testing people do? Why? It's not needed. No, what is the need of it? Because if I don't do the testing part, I won't be understanding that whether my browser is secure or not, whether my website or web pages that are secure or not. For that, obviously they do. Now, if these web pages or websites that the developers are giving, if they are secured, what is the helpful thing? Obviously, the attackers can attack. Simple logic. Now, if the attackers can actually hack, if they have not tested and they have just given the website, the attackers are attacking, they're getting the databases. What are they doing? What are they doing? They are selling it in the dark web. That's the thing. They are selling in the dark web and they are getting the money. And obviously, these leaked databases, they have all the names of the clients of the like the customers of that company, and they have the name, email IDs, phone numbers, everything, and they can just do the identity theft. They can do they can manipulate the person, they can do social engineering part, they can manipulate and tell that, yeah, your data is being hacked, can just give me your password and all, I will just try to rebuild for you. So many things can happen. So leaked databases are something which are accessible from dark web. Okay, understanding the risk and legal implications of the dark web. Engaging with the dark web presents substantial risks such as exposure to malware, scams, and potential tracking by law enforcement. Users may encounter illegal content and face serious legal consequences for pursuing illicit activities or accessing prohibited materials. So, obviously, don't engage with the dark web. Like, if you are exploring it for this study purpose, you can do that just a little bit, that is good, but don't like go for illegal parts, illegal things. Shouldn't be doing that because they are being monitored. And that's what we were talking about, the monitoring part. So actually over here you can see in 2021, increased demand for threat intelligence analysts or organizations recognize the need for dark web monitoring for breaches and data leaks. Dot image, search query, professional cybersecurity analyst at a computer focused and diligent, bright lightning. So, as you can see in 2021, 2022, and 2023, there was something like you can see people work on this dark web and they just monitor there that whether their company's data and is leaked over there or not. So this monitoring also works on that happens. Okay, and like as a normal analyst, they also monitors, and the polices they also monitor, so they monitor the dark web. Okay, the monitoring of the dark web happens. So over here it comes a demonstration of using the Tor browser, and that I'm going to do a live over here. This demonstration will illustrate the process of utilizing the Tor browser for safe and secure access to the dark web. Key features such as anonymity and navigation through onion links will be highlighted, emphasizing the importance of responsible usage. If you're using dark web, be responsible. You have to be. So, I just said one thing in the first, that the ProPublica, that not everything is illegal, whatever is there. This is the ProPublica. Okay. Legitimate use of the dark web. So ProPublica is a non-profit newsroom and that provides investigative journalism. It uses the dark web to maintain anonymity and protect its sources, especially in regions where press freedom is limited. That's what I was talking about, the freedom part. Supporting free speech, the existence of ProPublica illustrates that the dark web hosts platforms that campaign free speech and support whistleblowers, showcasing its potential beyond illicit activities. So, in some places where the news are not there, they are banned. So, this anonymous place, that ProPublica helps people to get the news, what is happening throughout the world. They should also know, right? So they can use the Tor browser for this place as well. Encrypted email services provide secure communication by encrypting the contents of emails, ensuring that only the intended recipient can read the messages. These services help protect sensitive information from being intercepted through transmission. Obviously, the email services are encrypted and the chat applications have anonymous. So if you are just chatting on the dark web with somebody, you can be an anonymous person over there. Your IP can be hidden and you can still chat with that person. Okay, so this anonymous thing is all over there. Navigating the dark web with awareness, that is the first and the foremost thing I was always telling, and I'm throughout the live I will be telling this thing, that you have to be responsible in whatever you're searching. You have to be very cautious. Whatever you're using, how you're using the tor web, you have to be very cautious about it. Okay. So here comes the end of the PPT. So let's do some hands-on now. Okay, so I have already downloaded my Tor over here. So at first, I'm not going to open it directly. Okay, I'm going to show you something. I was telling you that Tor uses these three things. First is the guard, the middle, and then the next. The three nodes I was talking about, right? Why I was telling that your anonymity will be there. Why? Because the guard over here, which is sitting, it knows who has sent the message. Okay, suppose I'm searching for a fruit. The guard knows my IP address and it has sent the middle one that sent this information or this request to the server for the fruit. The middle just passes the information. It doesn't knows. Then the exit comes. The exit comes that the information has came that I have searched for a fruit, but it doesn't knows who has sent the message. Okay, so that's how my anonymity in the dark web actually persists. Okay, so this is how Tor browser actually works. Okay, now this is a site which we say as a cover your tracks. So let's see whether my Google, this is a normal Google platform I'm using. Let's see whether it can track my sites, whether it can save me from being tracked by others. So let's see that. Okay. So our test indicates you are not protected against tracking on the web. So you are being tracked. If anybody wants to track you, you are being tracked. Blocking ads, tracking ads, no. Blocking invisible trackers, no. Protecting you from fingerprinting, your browser has a unique fingerprint. Okay, what is this fingerprinting is? So generally what happens, we think that if we don't let the cookies allow, if I don't allow the cookies, they won't get any information about me. Some of you just think of like this, but still some browsers use the fingerprinting. Okay, and what is this fingerprinting? They still know about us. How are they knowing it? So this fingerprinting is about, like, they keep a track what is our whole screen's resolution, what is the size of the whole window that they get. They see what are the fonts that are being installed. They often see that what is the OS that we are using, what is the version of it, that they also see. What are the plugins we have enabled? Okay, there, as you can see in my extensions, there are some extensions over here. What are the extensions we have? So in this way, they can get all the information. Like, they can gather a few information, okay, and they can make a small thing. Okay, these many people use these window size. Okay, for example, my window size is something like, for example, I'm taking 10 into 10. Okay, and according to like in the web, if people used to search, like, there are 37 or 57 users who are having 10 into 10. Okay, this is a very unique fingerprint part. Now, why I'm talking about this fingerprint part, what is it so much about? Okay, the thing is that in the Tor, when we are using the Tor browser, never ever open it, like, never ever just, yeah, this should be in this size only. Okay, you shouldn't be maximizing this one. Why I'm telling not to maximize? Because if I maximize it, it will understand what my whole window size is. Give me a second, please. Okay, so what my window size is, it will track that. Okay, so that's why I'm not going to give it the my full window size. Okay, I'm again stopping this one because I'm not yet starting the Tor right now. Okay, so why, what is so unique? Why I'm not going to make it maximize the Tor? Why I'm not going to do that? Because if I just maximize the Tor size, okay, the Tor browser size, what will happen? It will get my window size, and I will be in a part of the unique branch where they will understand, okay, 10 into 10, this these many people are there. Okay, now if I just don't make it a maximum size, I just keep it as small only, okay, small window over there, then what will happen? People will think like, okay, there are so many users, like there are millions of users who are using tor in this way, so they can't categorize you. Okay, now if you just make it maximize, obviously you will be under a category where there are 57 to 67 users, and you are being grouped in that way. Okay, and it's still like there can be a probability that they can get you. Okay, you're anonymous, it's true, but in if you're doing this foolish things, if you're just suddenly opening your Gmail account in the Tor browser, obviously your anonymity will be gone. Okay, so you have to make sure that you don't do any problems or any mistakes, so that your anonymity goes away. Okay, so now let's start. Now I will tell you three steps how to use the Tor. Okay, the first one, start with a VPN connection. Okay, just switch this on, let it be connected. And also there is a difference. Okay, I will tell you that if I start VPN first and then Tor, what will happen? If I just start Tor first and then VPN, what will happen? Okay, so now you can see if I just search it over here, your VPN, it is this one. So let's search it over here. What's my IP address? So you can see my public IP address is this one. Before I was not using that VPN. It was something different. Okay, now I'm from some other place, Amsterdam and all. Okay, now I will just start the Tor. This is the second step. You're starting the Tor. Okay, I started the Tor. Now here comes our the step is where the privacy and security is there. Okay, so in the privacy and security, you should always, over here you can see it is standard, safest and safest. Okay, you should always go by the safest and you should save and restart. For now I'm just using the safer one so that I can show you, but you should always go to the safest and then save it and just restart it. Okay, and then you have to connect it. So I am also going with the safest one. Okay, so it will connect, and over here I'm now over here. Okay, and the third one which I was wanting is this onionize. Why I should onionize? This remains like it is off normally. So why I'm just switching it on? Because I want my IP address to be more having onion. What is an onion? It has shells over it there, right? So that is what I'm wanting. Whenever I'm searching for another, I will be hidden. I won't be open to anybody. Okay, I will be hidden in a tunnel. Okay, inside a tunnel I will be hidden, and that's why I'm just using this onionize. Okay, so there's a third step. And always make sure you never ever maximize this one. Never ever. Never do that. Okay. Now, what we were searching, that the cover your tracks. So let's see whether my tracks are being covered by Tor or not. As you can see, it will take time because it is jumping from one location to another. It is taking 3 steps. Okay. Okay, so test your browser. It will start testing. So while it is testing, let's search for another thing, which is what's my IP address. Let's see what is it. You can see this kind of thing is coming, the non-JavaScript and all. As because I'm using the safest one, that's why the JavaScripts are not enabled over here. So that's why I'm getting this thing. You can see my IP address has changed and it's from some city else, region else, some place, other place. So Tor, and also you can see it looks you're using VPN. So obviously I was using VPN, and then on the upside I'm using the Tor. Okay, I just told you the difference. I was talking about that what is the difference? Like if I just do VPN first, then Tor, or if I do Tor, if I just open Tor first and then I just go for the VPN connection, what will happen? Okay. In a general, in a very normal, I'm going to give you that idea. If I just start the VPN first, and then I go for the Tor. It's something like I'm in front of a tunnel. Let the tunnel be torch, and I am using a jacket as a mask for myself. Okay, and that is the VPN. So I'm using that and I'm entering into the tunnel. So nobody knows that I have entered into the tunnel. They don't know Atri Banerjee has entered into the tunnel. Okay, so this is what VPN then Tor. And if I just do the reverse thing, I just first I open the Tor and then I go for the VPN one, what will happen? They will think that in the real scenario I'm talking about, that I have entered into the tunnel normally. When I'm going out, I have used the jacket. Okay, so they don't know that I have gone out from the tunnel. So that is what will happen. So generally, if you don't, means if you use the VPN first, so the VPN server will know that you're using the Tor. Okay, so that is the thing. And like, so always just use the VPN first and then the Tor. That is a good practice actually. Okay. Okay, so your taste indicates that you have a very strong protection against web tracking and blocking tracking ads. Yes. Blocking invisible trackers. Yes. Protecting you from fingerprinting. It's yes. Okay, so you can see that since this is not maximized, it's not getting what is the browser's size. Okay, so I'm just trying to keep it low so that they don't understand. Okay, so these are all the types, and this is how you should use the VPN part. That means the Tor browser. So this was the whole thing. Okay, and so I'm going to conclude today that if you are going to use the Tor browser, make sure you take the responsibility of whatever you're searching on it. I'm not going to show any illegal things. You all know that there will be illegal staffs that are working on it. So that's why if you're using it for study purposes, always make sure that you're using things which are good and which are normal. Okay, another thing before quitting, just go for the Pro Publica that I mentioned. Investigative journalism and news. So this is a legal site. Okay, this is a legal site, and this shows all the news over here. You can see. So this is a legal site. Okay. And another thing, if you just see that there are some clones, many of people know that there are Facebook, there are clones of it. Okay, and there are some gibberish which is written over here, and then dot onion is there. So what is this gibberish are? All those returns which you can't spell. Okay, X Y Z A B C D and all. Those are encryptions given by the Tor browser. Okay, so let's stop today, and we'll be learning more every day. And of course, you have 10 questionnaires. I will be giving that 10 questionnaires, and you have to score really well on it so that we will be giving you the certificate from our end. So till then, bye everybody.